Support WrestleTalk!
Give us a subscribe. Chris Jericho returns! Another United States title change! And John Cena wants to face Jinder Mahal at SummerSlam. Why? How does he do that? Because he's John Cena, that's why. I, however, am Ollie Davis. And this is the 25th of July 2017 edition of SmackDown Live in about 4 minutes. Continually losing and regaining the United States Championship sure is one way to keep your new Face of America gimmick still applicable. AJ Styles demanded his rematch from Kevin Owens, making nothing of their bizarre, potentially botched finish at Battleground. But someone else wanted a piece of KO. A returning Chris Jericho, the guy who claimed he wouldn't come back to WWE until next year. Because SmackDown is the place where title shots aren't given, they're earned by having surprise entrances. Shane McMahon immediately made a US title three-way between them for tonight's main event. As fun as Jericho's return was, creatively it squandered a lot of potential. Think of his Y2J Countdown WWE debut, or his 2013 Royal Rumble return. In comparison, his SmackDown 2017 comeback is a footnote, simply interrupting the show's opening segment. After their disappointing Battleground match, Shinsuke Nakamura and Baron Corbin had a slightly better second encounter. At least this one had a definitive ending, with Nakamura picking up the clean win, building him up for his big match next week. The Corbin-Nakamura feud has done nothing for either guy so far, and WWE's old booking logic, if you have the Money in the Bank briefcase, we're going to beat you all the time, isn't helping Baron either. Lana had slightly longer tights on this week. Not that I was specifically paying attention to that part of her costume. I read that observation on a forum. The story is still that Lana can't wrestle, with Charlotte and Becky Lynch easily beating her and Tamina. Whatever Lana and Tamina's dynamic is, it's not getting over. After beating Randy Orton at Battleground, still WWE Champion Jinder Mahal demanded to know who his SummerSlam opponent will be. About 20 decibels lower than anyone else cutting a promo. He was answered by John Cena's music, and another reason behind Jinder's huge push made itself apparent. He's just another foreigner for Cena to conquer. Daniel Bryan interrupted, reminding everyone that it's him and Shane who make the matches around here. So next week we'll have a #1 contenders match for the WWE title between John Cena and Shinsuke Nakamura, which is such a huge dream match. Why not save it for a larger program? Why squander it on TV with a 1-week build? Maybe my fears are displaced, and some Corbin interference will stop the match from starting, but I'm not hopeful. Aiden English and Mike Kanellis versus Sami Zayn and Dillinger. All of SmackDown's lower mid-card in one handy 5-minute tag team match. Zayn pinned Kanellis yet again, hammering another nail in Mike and Maria's coffin. We only got the first few words of Big E's opening "Don't you dare be sour" in the arena, as the Usos heelishly attack them backstage before their tag title celebration. This feud is set to continue, which probably means 4 weeks of Jimmy versus Kofi, Jay versus Woods, Big E versus Jay, Big E versus Jimmy, etc., exposing the lack of depth in SmackDown's tag division. AJ, Jericho and Owens put on a really solid main event with several terrific sequences and strike exchanges. For some reason though, 2 finisher kickouts bugged me more than usual. AJ's kick out of Jericho's codebreaker when he could have just fallen out the ring rather than get covered, and Jericho kicking out of KO's pop-up powerbomb. Why not have that as the last move instead of the frog splash? Those 2 spots and the finish marred the main event for me. AJ threw Owens out and stole his winning pin on Jericho. Styles is once again the United States Champion, and KO's 2-day reign is over, his 3rd run in 4 months. So that was this week's SmackDown Live in about 4 minutes. Here's the usual ratings recap from top to bottom. Smack damn, smacktastic, smack bang in the middle, Ellsworthy, and Kurt Angle's illegitimate son storyline reveal. I've had to replace Raw as the bottom ranking because it's actually been pretty good recently. I'll reveal my score very shortly, but first, vote in the poll above my head to give yours. I'll announce the results in tomorrow's WrestleTalk News. This was certainly a jam-packed episode, with Jericho's return, Cena setting up a SummerSlam match, and a US title change. A lot of people have told me how much they enjoyed it, but sadly, I don't feel the same way. Behind each newsworthy moment, there's a creative decision I don't agree with. Jericho's return could have been so much better. Cena versus Nakamura is probably only getting a 1-week build. And the United States title picture is a mess that's reducing all those involved. This week's SmackDown is, for me, Ellsworthy. WWE reportedly want a John Morrison return, and which ex-WWE star recently teased a return? Click the videos to the left to learn more, press subscribe, and support WrestleTalk on Patreon. I've been Ollie Davis, and that was wrestling.